It's Live with Lottie Day today, and all sorts of technical issues have been playing their way. It's the joy of live stream. But I tell you what, I am lucky enough that my phenomenal guest on the other side of the world, in my home away from home, where I loved living for about 8-9 years, and he's the other side of Sydney Harbour. I was over the Manly side. He is on another part of the harbour in a beautiful place called Rose Bay. And he's actually sitting, I think I've even been to his shop with a friend of mine many, many years ago. So let me bring on screen the amazing gent and superstar. Oh, let me bring us both on together on screen. The superstar that is Chocolate Johnny, John Kapos.
G'day, Lottie. Yes, yeah. Kapos, it's perfect. G'day, and how are you? And g'day, everyone.
We got here, Johnny. We got here in the end.
Yes, basically, in a nutshell, we said hello. We're live. Let's start talking.
And as you said, it's 10:30 at night in Australia. It's lunchtime here in Ireland, and it's breakfast time in America. So we're just going to jump in and say hello, because as I said earlier, I'm working on two machines here, folks. So you're going to have to excuse me if you see me having to do this. I'm typing over there while I'm trying to chat to Johnny over here, because as you said, just getting audio sorted with Chocolate Johnny ASAP. And here we are. So, Johnny, tell us now. I can't get rid of the. Oh, there we go. I thought now we're going to get stuck with a banner over the top of your head. Can't believe it.
My head Johnny, or your head?
Over my head as well. It's great.
I've got my banners here. So
I'm loving the Chocolate Johnny and the Perfection chocolates. So, John, tell us. Let's kick off with, who are you? What do you do? Why do you love what you do? And what's live stream to you?
Okay, look, Lottie, let's do it the Chocolate Johnny way. How I introduce myself in all live streams, in Periscope, Facebook Live, whatever. So we'll do it. This is how we do it. 3, 2, 1. G'day. This is Chocolate Johnny, and we are live here at Perfection Chocolates and Sweets. We're a small bricks and mortar business that was established by my great uncle and dad back in 1939. I am the CEO of Perfection Chocolates in Rose Bay. That's the chocolate eating officer, and we make the best product in the world. Through the power of live video, we have become a global brand. And over the last few years, Chocolate Johnny himself has become a global brand, and I've been fortunate enough to speak around the world. And now I've started my one-man band social media. Well, it's not a social media company. I'm a small media company called Kapos Media. That's it, and that's how we do it. So, yeah. In a nutshell, that's it.
I love it, Johnny. You're saying, here I am. I'm trying to get back from Facebook. I was just checking we were live on Facebook, and we are. So let me join you back on screen here, and I can show my own name there. I love it, Johnny, that you've kind of gone from one completely different industry and through a story, which hopefully I can ask you to share, of how this all kicked off for you in a second, that you have become this one-man brand that is the face of chocolate in Australia, basically now, online, and making a fortune by taking a practical physical shop, a boutique no less, onto the whole wide world. Tell us the global
story. Platform. Yeah, it's and the adventure still continues. I mean, I keep writing chapter after chapter after chapter, and you know, the amazing thing with social media, and you know what, it's just not social media, it's the way the internet is right now, because we don't know what it's going to be called in 5 years' time. You know, Lottie, it changes so rapidly. And if there's one bit of advice,
we're waiting on LinkedIn TV, LinkedIn Live. Somebody somewhere must be making that, because I know you use Periscope and Snapchat a lot as well. So before we come on to that, because I know Johnny's got lots of tips and lots of ideas and lots of thoughts, and we're going to do shout outs to our speakers, fellow speakers in Singapore. But just before we do that, hello, there's one woman, a lovely, amazing woman I was telling about her about you yesterday as she was picking up a business award at the All Ireland Business Awards. She won the Business All-Stars for her shabby.ie, a shop in the country here in Ireland. And she goes live on Facebook Friday. She's just had her show. Aileen Hogan, shabby.ie. Hi to you and John. I said, you must come and meet Johnny today. So let's hear your story. Tell us all about it, John.
Oh, gosh, I love, I'm a tech geek. I'm a nerd. I love anything with bells and whistles. And I tell this story quite a bit now. I remember a few years ago when websites were worth $25,000 and $30,000 and $40,000. Some of you young millennials don't remember those days, but Lottie and a few of us do remember when they cost an absolute arm and a leg. And I asked my dad once, I said, hey, Dad, I need to borrow $25,000. He says, what do you want to do, buy a house? And I said, no, I want to build a website. He says, what's a website? I said, Dad, we got to get online. It's this big thing. And we had a cousin of ours, and he's sold a superannuation software package to the bank and made an absolute fortune. He was the one who also said get online. So to my fortune, my father said no, but I realized I could get on and do it myself, and it was pretty shabby, as we must say. And I've discovered also YouTube. My first YouTube video is 10 years ago I'll be close to 11 years ago. I did my first video. Absolutely fell in love with that. Boy, do I wish I kept on going when I see some of these guys, their earnings and how famous they are and how their products just gone massively global. Then I looked at, Twitter I was on pretty early. Facebook I was on pretty early. One of my favorite apps is called Snapchat. And I don't know if you guys know what Snapchat is, but I absolutely love it. As soon as the LinkedIn came on, put my business on there. I'm on Musical.ly. I'm on all the apps. I'm on all of them. Anything to do with putting my brand out there, I'm on it because I want to see what it's like. And the other thing, here's maybe the first bit of advice I want to tell people who are in business. Please do not stick to one platform. And I know you're going to say to me, I don't have time to do it. Let me tell you a quick story about an app called Vine. Does anyone remember Vine? Well, I know a few kids out there who are earning $100,000 a year, and they put all their money into it, and they put all their effort into it. Vine is gone. They don't earn $100,000 anymore, and they're struggling big time. So,
Johnny, even when YouTube changed all their rules, and suddenly there were YouTubers who were making tens of thousands in a month, who they were out of business overnight. And I know I'm very guilty of it with the Facebook Live, and hence desperate for somebody to create LinkedIn Live. So tell us, Snapchat, because I don't really use Snapchat. I will occasionally stick a Periscope camera up here, but I keep forgetting that I should be using my Periscope channel as well. And let us know where we can find you, because I can put some of the links. They're all above, by the way, folks. I put them all in the pre-show things, and I'll post them up below as we go. Or if you find them, folks, please do post anything that Johnny chats about or any links that he and I talk about today. Just remember to put a word so that Facebook doesn't think that you're a machine typing in.
And if they want to ask, also, if they want to ask a question, is that okay? They just type it in. I love Q&As, And if I can't answer it, I'm happy to.
What it's all about.
Yeah. If I can't answer it, I'll refer him to a friend of mine. His name's Dr. Google. He's really good. So, anyway.
Love it.
So where were we up to? We were just talking about loving. Yes, this is what I was going to say. Love your platforms, but don't be in love with them, because what's going to happen, you're going to be emotionally attached to them. I'm not emotionally attached to any of my platforms. I do say I love Snapchat and I love YouTube, but I'm not in love with them. I use them for a tool. You got to use, it's like sailing a boat without the wind. The boat, you got this big, beautiful boat sitting on a beautiful ocean, and if you don't have any wind, you're not going to go anywhere. And then people say to me, oh, Chocolate Johnny, you're on all these platforms and doing this and doing that. And then I just use another analogy. It's like seeing this massive iceberg, and you're thinking, what do I do? Where do I start? And I just say, keep chipping away. You chip away at YouTube, you chip away at Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook and a bit of this and Instagram Live, and you just keep chipping away. At the end, you're going to have this big, beautiful ice cube. You put it into your drink, you sit back, you relax, you drink it, and that's gone, and you start again. Just keep going and just keep going. Because if you're in business and you're not on social media or on the internet, shut down. I mean, it's at the moment, we're hearing all these stories how retail's tough. We're hearing all these stories about Amazon and this and that. And I tell all my clients and all the small businesses that I consult to, stop listening to that stuff and start doing your stuff. I need you to become the micro influencer of your business, and then you become the big influencer of your business. I think occasionally you need to reach out to the big influencers and say, how much is it going to cost for me to send you this rocky road and you eat it and put it on your thing? And if it costs a few bob, so here it is, take it. Here's my glasses, here's a dress, here's a pair of shoes, here's a pen and paper. That's the way I look at it.
Because Johnny, it was actually the story of how you kind of. I heard when you were speaking with the wonderful Ai Zhang from Korea, one of our Ladies Go Live super women.
Yeah.
On that show with her, you were chatting about how it was somebody quite well known who wandered into the shop and was using a live stream that kind of got you onto Periscope, because Eileen Hogan from shabby.ie that I was just telling you about, she said, yes, I need LinkedIn Live. Can we go live on Twitter? I'm terrible for sticking to Facebook only. So tell us about how you use Twitter in conjunction with the tool that you use.
So Twitter, so back in March 2015, Twitter purchased an app called Periscope, a live streaming app. And it was a separate app, but you can actually go live now on Twitter, which is through their Periscope app. And I think what's going to happen is they'll get rid of Periscope and just call it Twitter Live. So if you've got a Twitter account, have a look in the top section there where you do a post or write something. It'll give you the option to go live. Just click on it, write a nice little, a really good title. That's one thing I teach all the people that I work with. Do a title that grabs someone. I love, one of my best titles are, thank God you're going to watch this boring Periscope. And I get hundreds of people watching it.
I like that. That. It's the I always think, Johnny, it's the self-effacement that people appreciate. Because if we're sitting here with a big ego, then it doesn't work. People don't. Oh, let me. As I said, try to do two things. Multitasking. Even women can't do it. But yeah, if we get rid of the ego when we're sitting here and come on here and have a conversation, have a chat. You and I are chatting. I could actually turn my head and look at you because you're sitting there next to me on the screen here. But we have to connect through to our viewers through the camera lens. But
that's a segue into one of the biggest things I've said around the world when I get on stage. You need to build your relationship first. In anything you do online, you need to build a relationship. Because once you've built a great relationship with your community, because they're the people who are going to buy off you, they're the people who are going to love you, they're the people who are going to know you, and then they build their trust. You build your relationship, you build trust, they love you, they like you, and guess what? You build your business, they buy off you. You don't ask, they ask. How can I buy your dress, your glasses, your t-shirt, your shoes, your chocolate, your flowers? And people say to me, but I want it to happen straight away. Well, you know what? Bugger off, because it's not going to happen. People don't rush it. Let's build on it first. When you build a house, you don't just go and build it like that. You lay the foundations, you draw, you make sure the architect's in, the engineers are in, you slowly just do it. It's like a friend of mine, Mel, she tells me about cane. Sugar, is it cane or bamboo? Bamboo, that's the one she always tells me about. She's in the UK as well. And
that's not Mel Sherwood, is it?
No, it's Mel Bundock.
Oh,
she's a life.
Another speaker friend of mine who lives in the UK. So I thought it's such a small world. It really is.
And I mean, it is crazy though, isn't it, Lottie? The people, you meet these people and go, oh my God, I was watching you online 5 years ago and now we're friends. So, but she was telling me about how bamboo, you plant the bamboo and nothing happens. You feed it and keep going and pouring water on it and nothing. 5 years later, you've turned around, there's this whole area of bamboo and you're like, whoa. And that's the same as I've done. 3 years. It's been 3 years and 3 months that I pushed the start broadcast button on Periscope through Twitter. 3 years. I've done 3,000 live streams, over 3,000 live streams. I've had hundreds of thousands of people watch me. I've given away thousands of dollars of product. And straight away people are going to say to me, what's your ROI? Stuff your ROI. I've got 85 people who've walked into my store from around the world. I've got people
Johnny, I'm just looking over at your Periscope, periscope.tv, Chocolate Johnny. And as I said in the write-up at the beginning, anybody who in 97 broadcasts just recently has got nearly 23,000 followers, but then look at the number of love hearts. There's 9,259 and 86, remember the 86, hearts that people have shared with you. Over 9 million. There is something that you're doing right, and it's not just being an Aussie. I couldn't find my Australia T-shirt to wear for you today from my other Aussie friend, Shelley Taylor Smith. But it's not just being an Aussie. So how are you... Before we go to the tips, Johnny, let's come back. Come on. Shh, don't tell anybody. Who was the famous person who walked into your chocolate shop?
I don't know. You know what, Lottie? We've had... I don't know. Where do I start? I've had so many superstars walk into our store. We just it's going to be Nicole Kidman or Tom Cruise or Tom
Cruise.
We've had Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman, Robert Redford, Tom Hanks, Barbara Streisand's eaten my product. The Pope ate my strawberry creams. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And the girls and my staff are all so blasé about it. Now we go, oh, hi, how are you? What we do, you're the same as us.
But that's quite a Australian thing to do as well. It's not Australian, folks. It's Australian.
Australian. But you know what? You know what, Lottie? They actually love it. These famous people love it because they come into this place and they feel like they're not these people's, take a photo. My staff don't even ask for photos or an autograph or anything like that. They just like, oh my God, look who it was. And yeah, it's just fantastic. It's fantastic.
I remember when I lived in Birchgrove and had a bookshop up in Rozelle on the main road going out of town there, and there was Bellefleur Chocolates, which is one of your competitors, and they used to do like these amazing creations of like giant size Humpty Dumpty and Art Deco women holding a globe and full size baby grand pianos and all these chocolate sculptures basically. But you'd get people going in there or people wandering around, and it's just be like, yeah, so what? Who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
And we had the Herbies up the road and all these amazing products that are now global products like you. So let's get on to the story of how, because I know we've got shop owners and business people who sell products online. How's the story of what you used, how you leveraged Periscope, Snapchat, your other tools to actually build your business online?
I told the story. That's it. When I do a presentation on, I did one now for the Social Media Institute. The other day, I was at Social Media Market World last year. I was in New Zealand and a few other places. One of my slides says, tell the story, TELL story, because you've got to push the start broadcast button firstly. That's what you got to do. There's no, okay, business owners, I don't want to hear that my hair's not straight or my eyebrows are too big or I'm too old. If I ever hear you say you're too old again, I will come and grab you and push that button with you. I don't want to hear that you can't do it, you're too afraid, or I don't know what to do. There are so many different ways of pushing that button. So just listen, push that start broadcast button. Someone is going to watch you. Someone is going to listen, because we all start with 0 hearts, 0 followers, 0 likes, 0, 0, 0. My one of the guys I love watching is Gary V. He started with no one. James Wedmore, who's coaching me, he started with no one. Guy Kawasaki, he started with no one. My mate Joel Com, Kim Gast, Subi Zimmerman, all friends of mine started with 0. So you start with 0, because if one person watches you, then 2 will, then 3 will, then 3,000. So you really need to firstly push the button. Once you push the button, you need to tell a story, because when you tell a story, you're gonna teach someone something. You're going to engage with people. You're going to learn something, and then lastly, I add 2. You're going to listen, and the extra L that I add to it is you're going to make people laugh. People always want to laugh. People want to lay on the ground pissing themselves laughing. I've had so many broadcasts where people have said, "Oh my gosh, that is the funniest broadcast." Lottie, I had the most amazing email come to me only a few months ago, and I get quite emotional about it. I've had quite a few actually, and I've been told that I should be telling people that this is happening because it could help someone. Anyway, this lady had never seen me before. She heard about me. She finally gets on live, and she types in through my live, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so great to meet you." She's watching me live, and thank you so much. And it was about an hour broadcast, and we were just laughing. They were telling me stuff. I was pissing myself laughing, literally. My tears were I couldn't stop. I get this email from her saying, "Dear John, thank you so much, Chocolate Johnny. I really appreciate what you've done to me." And I said, "Well, okay." Kept reading. She says, "I suffer from deliberate migraines that are earth-shattering." She says, "That Periscope that day made my migraine go away, and I had one of the best night's sleep." And I'm like, okay. And then it clicked, and I went, I don't have migraines. But this woman, when I researched it, when I look at it, out for the count, and I'm thinking, okay, I like this. I love doing this. Did I sell my product? No. Did I tell them to buy anything? That I've got a course about live streaming? No. Did I tell them that they had to go to my affiliate program? No. Nothing. 0. I got that email, and that woman eventually will come back to me one day and buy something off me, will tell her friends. This guy is the real deal. Raw and real, guys. You've got to be raw and real. And if you're going to fake it, give up now. You're not going to make it. And I know we're all suffering. I know that. I know it's hard out there. I know you're sitting there going, but I don't have time. You have time. You have 5 minutes. 2 minutes. A broadcast for 5 minutes can change your business totally. It doesn't take that much.
And I think, Johnny, with that, it's we've just finished with Ladies Go Live. We've just finished a 30-day challenge for our pre-membership relaunch that actually we then only kept going for a few days because we want to build it properly so that when we relaunch for the summit, because we're on a mission, Johnny. Maybe we might have to get you, because I, again, love James Wedmore. He's an amazing person. I was watching him when I first started back in the live stream days back in 2010, 2011, and learned a lot from him. And same with Gary V, and also fellow Sydneyite Jackie Tang, who is a chef. She's one of our Ladies Go Live speakers.
Nice.
On Twitch. She's doing amazing things with her cooking shows. But you also, there was something that you were saying there. It's how we help people. And that's the whole ethos of why I do these shows, and I do hour-long shows, and I look for beautiful guests like yourself to connect around the world, because it's all about loving the COC this year. It's not just confidence on camera, it's collaborate over compete. That there's room for all of us when we work together as a team, and doing shows like this is amazing. And your story reminded me of one of our speakers who couldn't make it on the day, but she did a lovely pre-show. Have you met Miss Candy Blog?
Yeah,
from LA.
Candy, I know. Yeah. Candy, yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, she came on a show, and she says what most people don't know is that actually I've got all these different screens and all these different machines set up, but what most people don't know is that at all time, one of them is my screen where I am on almost permanent suicide watch, because she has a group of people who she is there to reach out to when they are in need, desperate times, desperate need, and they can contact her, and she has that on the go, so that she can reach out and connect with people. And you hear that, and that's somebody who teaches English around the world through the ideas of American candy, of sweets, of lollies, as you say in Australia.
Yeah. No, I've known Candy for 3 years now, and I was fortunate enough to meet her, and I know what she does, and she's really impacting people's lives amazingly. It's just lovely.
Big time. So did you guys meet at because you were saying earlier you were actually speaking at the social media conference?
Marketing World. Yeah. So this time last year was at Social Media Marketing World. No, I met her back at Periscope Summit or Summit Live. That was. Yeah, I think that's where we met. Yeah.
Because I think there's a lovely community of people on Periscope, because a lot of people, especially as business people, are afraid of Periscope. And I know there were a couple of people who were saying Marie Webster said, thanks, Eileen, she needed this. So this is, I think Eileen must have passed us on today. And Eileen's actually saying this is brilliant advice. She's the shop owner I was telling you about with the shabby.ie. And we are very naughty in Ireland. We've only really everybody's got into Facebook Live. And another lady, Margaret O'Connor, is saying, thank you for the advice we've got here as well. So please, everybody, if you've got questions for John, do type them in below. But yeah, it was the perception of Periscope is, because how it started, there was a lot of perceived negativity and people, as they say, negging each other online and making rude comments, whereas Facebook Live, it seemed to be a little bit of a nicer audience. And
not as engaging.
They're always worried about their viewers and how many views they get. So could you share, I know you've got a brilliant tip about what you do.
So what I do, and I do, I've never worried about who's watching me. I don't really care. I care about seeing the comments. That's it. I could have 10,000 people watching me, but if I have one person making a comment, I'll talk to everyone, but I'll give that person that bit of extra attention, because that person is sitting there writing something, thinking about it, wanting help in any way, or they're just wanting to hear a "G'day, Dave. G'day, Melanie. G'day, Peter. How you going? Thanks for writing in." So going back to your question, what I call it the blue tack theory, and in Australia we have I usually have a little. I cannot believe that I don't.
We've got it here. We've got the blue and we've got the white. We know what it is in Ireland, Johnny. You're all right.
Oompa Loompas, can you guys get me some blue tack, please? Thanks, boys.
I love it. Oompa Loompas. I've worn the right colour for you, John.
Yeah. So what happens?
Blue tack, then.
Yes. So what happens is on any live stream, it tells you how many people are watching you. With Periscope, it was in the top, I think, left-hand corner. Facebook Live, it comes on. I roll up the little blue tack, and that blue tack is where you stick a poster up. You can stick posters up on the wall, so it's quite removable off your phone or off your Facebook, off your computer, and I stick it on the numbers of viewers. So I could be sitting there not knowing who's watching. And I've been on Facebook Live and all that type of thing where I've had no viewers. On Periscope, you get a viewer. It doesn't matter. I've never seen a scope come on without a view, without someone watching. It's the comments that you got to look out for. And that's the thing where I teach people how they need to grow a thick skin and grow really quick. But with the option of you can block people. So you get the little blue tack, cover the numbers, and push the start broadcast button. Start talking. I want you to start talking straight away. Please do me a favor. As soon as you hit that button, as soon as you hit this button, G'day, it's Chocolate Johnny. We are live here at Perfection Chocolates. I just want to say thank you for watching. And hey, tell me where you're coming in from. As soon as you do that.
I love it, John. The fact that you're doing what I was saying I should have been doing and I keep forgetting to do. Hi, Chocolate Johnny Periscopers in the world. Waving at you. And I found some blue tack. It's the white, it's the white one, but it's
it doesn't matter. White, blue.
And I would never normally do this, folks, between your face, your eyes, and the camera lens. But I'm having a smile or a moustache.
White, blue, pink, it doesn't matter. You're going to see it. No one else is going to see it. But,
such a brilliant idea, John. How did you come up with that idea?
I've got insecurities like everyone else, Lottie. So I just don't need to add another bloody insecurity to myself. So I thought, let's just cover these numbers because I remember once I didn't cover them and the numbers dropped. There was 600 people watching and it went to 300. I went, oh my God. And I thought.
And I'm laughing because I know there's people watching in the room here now who are going to be going, 600 views, 300 people watching. Oh my God, if only.
Yeah. Well,
I think the whole concept of it's an Australian way of no worries, mate. It doesn't matter what's going on. Is that you just enjoy what you're doing. And I love Melanie Bundock here. Let me just hide that other comment. Melanie Bundock is saying chewing gum would do the trick.
No, Melanie.
Sometimes on Be Live, your comments don't show up properly. So let me try that one again. Now, for some reason, it's not showing up. And then Marie Webster is saying Oompa Loompas, poor devils. So, folks, tell us as well, whereabouts in the world are you watching from? So just type in the comments for us. Are you in Oz? Are you in Ireland? Just do OZ for Australia, IE for Ireland, UK, USA. Just let us know, where are you watching the show from today? Because the other thing I know, Johnny, is that it's funny. I loved it. As soon as I asked you, how did you build your business? You went into giving people tips about that you would do as a speaker, where I'm kind of going, yeah, but I want to help Johnny sell his chocolates. I do. That's what my job here as your host is. So you do actually sell the Perfection chocolates and sweets online, don't you?
Yeah. We've got a website, perfectionchocolates.com.au, and you can buy it online. We ship all around the world, and, just go and have a look. If there's anything you need, not everything's online, but everyone gets to see it in our store when they come onto my Periscopes or my Facebook Live. We've got a Facebook page, Perfection Chocolates. I'm on there all the time. What I love about what I love about Instagram Live and Facebook Live is that I bring people on now and I walk with them around the store and I say, hey, look, what do you think? Ask me. So we actually have an interview and people get to see us interacting and getting to ask a question. So that's one thing I really enjoy and really, really love. I was going to say something before. I just wanted to.
There's too many bits of conversation jumping in and out. I'm too excitable because I'm very jealous of you being in Sydney right now. How's the weather?
Terrible.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear it. I was going to say you could go down to the cruise, the yacht club, and go for a sail for me, or you could go and jump in the water at the beach for me down in Rose Bay because it's a beautiful part of the world.
I did go for a walk along Bondi Beach this morning. The water was lovely.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So for people who are visiting Sydney, or if they're coming for a holiday, or people who are outside Sydney, Tell everybody whereabouts in Sydney Rose Bay actually is.
So
and what kind of area it is.
Yeah, so we're about 20 minutes away with Uber from downtown Sydney, from the Opera House or the Harbour Bridge. We're on the public transport line. We don't have a train line, but you can catch a train to Edgecliff and get an Uber from there. We're on in the Bay, so we're really fortunate enough. It's a real lovely area. So if you come down our way, we get a lot of people who walk up through the natural reserve and then all the way around to Bondi Beach. So it's a lovely part of Sydney. You come and grab a hot chocolate, a mocha, a coffee, a Rocky Road, peanut brittle, honeycomb, nougat, whatever you want. And go for a walk.
All the goodies.
All the goodies. Lottie.
I'm sitting there going, because I can remember doing the City to Surf, which is a great fundraising run that they do once a year from the centre of Sydney all the way through, and you actually go past Rose Bay and everything else. Yeah. And I would have, if I'd known about you then, John, I would have stopped in on my run down to Bondi and gone, I deserve a piece of chocolate now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let me backtrack. I don't mean, because this is really important for a lot of people who are first starting out. And a lot of the superstars do this, and I just switch off because I think it's quite disrespectful. When you push that broadcast button in any platform, I want you to straight away say hello. Say, hi, it's Lottie. Hi, it's Melanie. G'day, it's Chocolate Johnny. Straight away, you need to, because on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, the replay viewers are more important than your lives. That's the way our friend Mark Zuckerberg is doing it. And then I want you to continue talking and tell everyone what's happening and ask a question literally straight away so you get engagement. Please do not say this. Hi, g'day, it's Chocolate Johnny. I'm just going to wait for a little while. I know there's a few people here till I get more people to come in. That is the most disrespectful thing, because there are 5 people watching you. Those 5 people could buy your $10,000 course or your $1 bangle or your $2 whatever. So I want you to straight away acknowledge the people who are in. Those people have been waiting maybe a long time, a day, to listen to you. They might need you, and you need to acknowledge them straight away. Get into your live straight away, and then don't wait. If people come in late, that's life. They come in late. So always acknowledge them straight away.
I love what you were saying about that the majority of views are your replays afterwards. Yeah. Because, again, people forget, and you were talking earlier about the power of repurposing what you do. So there's the pre-promoting, then there's the go live, then there's the repurpose at the end. But whether you're creating a product from it as a speaker or as a trainer, or whether you're simply sharing out the replays, what are your top tips for where to repost a show that you might have done, John? How's connecting with your market afterwards? What are your tips there?
I don't really repurpose. I just go on every platform. So
but do you email people, or do you share it? Do you tweet it? Do you LinkedIn it?
Yeah. So okay. So if I do a Periscope, I tell everyone to retweet it and share it out. When people are watching you, they want to do stuff. Don't tell them to go do cartwheels. That's too much. Here's another tip. When you ask someone to type in a 1, hey guys, type in a 1 if you like milk chocolate, or a 2 if you like dark chocolate. People are lazy. They've got 2 keystrokes. People don't realize you have to go to your numbers keypad and then push the 1 or the 2. Whereas if you say to them, hey, type in an A for milk or B for a dark, the A and the B are right there. That saves you a split second, and they're going to do it more often. I've had the screen full of A, B's, and C's and other comments. So you want people to do that. Then what are you going to
John, can I just ask a question on that one? Because sometimes for me, when I watch, now I love the idea and I love the concept of it, because obviously with Facebook, the more comments we get, the more kudos we get from Facebook, and they're more likely to boost us up with it's kind of like a live SEO almost, in a way, like video SEO. But for me as a viewer, sometimes when I'm watching somebody's show and I just see the A, B, 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 and I see a whole list of comments that doesn't actually tell me anything, because before I've even pressed the sound on a video, this is what I'm seeing. I'm kind of like, I'd rather see like what your quote. I forgot to ask you again. Tell us again what the TELL stands for.
So
I would rather somebody types it in for me or shares your link for me as the host and helps us out, rather than just typing in 1 or A or something. What do you think about that? And then I'm going to see the comments.
I want people to engage. I want people doing stuff. And whether they're typing in an A or a word or where they are or the time, especially on Facebook Live, that even the replay viewers, I've had replay viewers type in, they love dark chocolate. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, my video just pops up again, gets higher and higher. And then you've got to make sure, especially strategically on each different platform, you've got to work out what works and what doesn't. I've been featured on Periscope numerous times, and I'm not saying it to big note myself, but I've been featured quite substantially, and I've trended a few times. And the trending ones have been the worst. I wouldn't repurpose them ever. They were terrible, but they were trending because people loved what they heard and they saw. You wouldn't have watched it because there was A's and B's flying everywhere.
Well, as long as they're not real bees, I don't really mind. But mind you, I do love my bumblebees. We wouldn't get the honey, and we wouldn't have nice honeycombs and honey-flavored chocolate.
That's correct.
If it wasn't
correct. That's correct.
Hey, let's John, just while we're chatting, let's say a few hellos, because Aileen Hogan is saying great advice. Again, for some reason, apologies, all BeLive isn't letting me do nice lower third banners here. Always the way. But Aileen said, great advice, and you're so right. And she's putting there, exactly. Marie Webster has typed in an IE for me, so she's obviously watching locally for me here from Ireland, but an international connection for you there, John. And do, folks, please go and check out, let me go to the agenda, go and check out perfectionchocolates.com.au, where you can sample some of Chocolate Johnny's chocolates all the way from Australia.
Yeah, and if you're watching this right now and you join us on my Facebook page, Perfection Chocolates, or you see me anywhere from this, please reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you with Lottie and really enjoyed it, and it was great fun. Please do that so I can acknowledge you that you came from here, because I'm quite blessed with a great memory. I know where I've seen most people come from, and it's really nice that, I had the other few weeks ago, I was on with a friend of mine, Jackie Bernardi, and people come to me and say, oh, I saw you on here, I heard you on there. And so I love that, because if you're going to sit there and listen to me, I'm thinking, well, I give you the respect as well. So.
And I think the other really nice thing you do, John, as well, like you were saying, simply just go ahead and press the blooming button earlier. Just do it. I love the fact, I was looking through some of your videos. If you go to John Kapos and Chocolate Johnny Facebook pages, folks, and the Perfection Chocs that's the Twitter for the on the Twitter page, and John, you'll find John at John Kapos as well there. And everything you'll find at chocolatejohnny.com.
Chocolate Johnny.
But I loved this the other day. You were you had the shot of the bay and the sea, and it was just beautiful. But you're going live in all sorts of different places. You don't just keep it to your shop, do you?
Yeah, no. That's what I want people. I've told the businesses that I deal with, I don't want you going live in your shop all the time. Take the phone when you go for lunch. Buy a tripod from Archon Mount, and if you buy it from Archon Mount, you can use my code, which is chocolate, and you get a discount. That's arkon.com. So there's a discount code called chocolate. Buy a tripod, put the phone on there, push the start broadcast button, have your lunch, and talk to your community. You go, oh, but I'm eating. Trust me, they don't care. They want to know that you're there. There's people, once you start this ball rolling, people expect you to be there. You have a responsibility for your community. And it might be a bit tough, but there's someone out there who depends on you, who wants to hear about what you're making, what you're doing, or some type of advice. Just do it.
So, yeah, I love it. And I was trying to remember Miss Candy Blog. She's got Archon mounts. So she's actually got a mount for her laptop, then she's got her iPad here, and then she's got a vertical phone here, and then she's got a landscape phone here, and she shows the whole setup of how she's got everything. And they have it a bit like I've got my microphone hanging over on a little mount thing, and I've got my ring light but I've got the backdrop because I don't have the lovely setting like you have. I have my sky blue because you really don't want to see what's behind there right now, but that's the rest of the studio with all the gear.
Look, and I'm the same as Candy. Aaron, who owns Archon Mounts, is really supportive in the community, and we support him, and he supports us. And I'm in Australia, so shipping stuff is expensive. And I rang him, and I said to him, Aaron, man, I need to do a triple broadcast. What can you suggest? Lottie, within 5 days, he couriered me a triple mount, the TriMaster with the iPad mount and that. And I'm like, Aaron, he says, take it. And no worries. If you come into the factory, I've got Archon mounts stuck on the machinery because I don't know, you might love this one, but I'm known for one of the most boring periscopes in the world, but one of the most loved, right? And I did a title similar to what I said before. I said, come and watch the most boring chocolate scope ever. And I had it on for an hour. I think there was altogether maybe 5,000 people watched it. So I just have the fountain just flowing. It's a 100-kilo machine, and you see a big fountain of chocolate. It's like a big tap. Imagine a big tap, and it just flows, and the wheel's spinning. And then I put some.
I think I did look at it. You just go. It's like the in Australia, because not many people have real fireplaces. So one of the best-selling videos that a friend of mine from Hong Kong came up with. Actually, it was meant to be. He used to sell naughty videos, but it was his best-selling video back in the days of video. Was the video of a fire, a roaring fire, and that was his best naughty X-rated video that he used to sell with a little miniature bear rug on the front of it. It was just hilarious. But I was watching it, and it's just mesmerizing with it just going around and just like, it's lovely. But I also love your ones, John, where you've got the girls on the shop floor kind of showing how to make Easter eggs and all of that kind of thing. It's great fun.
That's the good part about it. But I'll finish off with the chocolate one. I put a bit of meditation music onto it. I had people say to me they've slept watching it because it was so relaxing. Well, one of my tips obviously is show behind the scenes. Lottie, we're voyeurs, all of us. And if you're going to look at me in the eye and tell me you guys aren't voyeurs, we all are. When we see a car accident, we go goosenecking, have a look. What happened? If you see the police around somewhere, oh, tell me what happened. So it's the same thing as watching a video. But what's more important is the people who are watching you want to see behind the scenes. People want to, it goes back to building the relationship, people. My friends, it's a relationship building tool. My staff hate it. But also, I think deep down they love it. And when they get on, they'll pull faces, they'll say rude things, and I don't care. But my staff are known by my community as well, by my mates online. June, oh, there's June. People say, oh, say hello to June for me. And oh, there's Michelle, and there's Susan, and there's Nick, and there's James, and they are known as well. So go behind the scenes, interview your staff, even though if they don't like it, drag them in there and say to them, what's it like working here? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, oh, it's terrible. But really, they do love it. And then show them behind the counter or behind if you're making something, show us how it's made. That is gold. Absolute gold. One of the biggest things.
You can still do that, John, even if you're just a solopreneur and it's just you, if you're selling products, or like me as a trainer and a speaker and a coach. Like for me yesterday at this event, I was actually live streaming on behalf of them. But it's amazing the power at the event of going up to somebody with a big smile on your face and say, I use the hashtag, can I video bomb you, please? Can I video bomb? And the people, that makes people laugh in the first place. You get to speak to the speakers, you get to chat to the organizers, and I ended up live streaming on the event behalf. So that's my stream team global. I'm always wanting to get stream team all around the world and helping, again, with Ladies Go Live, helping women help other women to go live, grow live. And that's the whole point of it's all. I would say there is no glass ceiling online when we all do this together and help each other out doing it.
Yeah, and that's the idea. It's bloody lonely being up the top. You've put all that effort in, and look, Lottie, and everyone out there, don't tell me all these people who are successful, the Bransons, the Robins, the all these guys who have made millions of dollars and run successful business, Elon Musk and all these guys. Do you think they did it by themselves? No way. They got help with maybe their close friends or their family or someone who invested in them. They got there with the help from others. So the idea is that we start helping everyone and also start celebrating our friends' success. There's nothing more I love when one of my one of the guys that I mentor or I coach or a business, and they come back to me after 3 months, they go, hey, Chocolate Johnny, I just won this award, or I just got this contract, or I want you to come to the award ceremony, I'm receiving it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the first one up there. Or if they say to me, oh, I just made $10 million. I didn't make 10 million, but you did, and I helped you. Phew, thank you. Unreal. Because your life is going to be 10 times better, and you're going to be helping others as well, because that's what I've taught them.
It's that I'm just loving the energy that you have. It's kind of, and I think it is quite an Australian thing. I was lucky enough to learn to speak with the professional speaking, with what is now Professional Speaking Association Australia, when it was the NSA, and work with phenomenal Australians and people who I was helping. And my coach said to me, Lottie, just go out and be the queen of impact. Go and make the impact and help people do that on stage. And now bringing it to here, anytime I see your face on camera and you do it with the biggest smile, that I'm having to pull teeth from people to get as much teeth showing as you bring, but it goes through to your eyes. And my lovely mate Shelley always says that you see these wrinkles, camera ready face, because you see these wrinkles, these are years of laughter and fun. Exactly. I don't want to fill them up with fillers. I'd rather fill myself up with chocolate. Yeah. That's me on the end. I'm saying that on the end of that. I'd rather fill that up with perfection chocolates, to be precise, actually.
That's okay, Oompa Loompas. We've got to send her some. That's the cue.
Oh, well, if you said what we should do is don't send it to me. Let's get somebody. Who can do something, ask a question, something.
All right, let's give something away.
Do
you want to do a giveaway, Lottie?
That'll be super. That'll be amazing.
Right,
what can we do?
We'll give away one of our. Just hang on a moment. All right. That's what we're giving away. We're going to ship it to anywhere around the world.
Oh, wow.
This is one of our premium gold boxes. So if you're watching this right now, Lottie and I are going to quickly think of something because this is how you do live. I don't know what we're going to think of, but we've got to think of a hashtag quickly as well. This is what your chance. We're giving away Perfection Chocolates. This segment is now proudly sponsored by, this section is proudly sponsored by Perfection Chocolates. This is your Captain Chocolate Johnny, and thank you, Perfection Chocolates.
Hold on, Johnny. Do that again. I'm just going to have you solo on screen because I'll be. And now, with thanks to our sponsor.
Tell me when.
Go for it.
G'day, everyone, and we'd like to thank Perfection Chocolates for sponsoring this segment. Just remember, enter into our competition and you could win this beautiful gold, handmade, handcrafted from 1939 chocolates and sweets. It's not that old. It's fresh, and it's going to be yours. Right.
Now, John, all we've got to do now is think, what are we going to get them to do? Or what I could do is I could, no, because that's something else. I'm just thinking of Singapore now as well, which is the next thing, because I cannot believe that we've been going for nearly an hour now. I know we started a little bit late, but the time...
I thought you were going to say we've been going for like 20 minutes. Come on, Lottie.
No, exactly. I've just had so much fun with you here, John. I haven't even got my coffee with me, but it's 2:30, so that means it's 11:30 at night for you guys, and you're in the shop. Oh my God! Okay. But before we go, what we should probably do is what do you normally do when you do giveaways? What kind of competitions do you do, John? Because I don't have products I can give away apart from myself. Okay, I invite people to come on shows with me and get live coaching. So.
Let's think of a quick hashtag. All right. So we've got to let's do. So it's got to start with PC, Perfection Chocolates.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with you? What's the show? Can we add this?
We could do PC. We could do PCCOC because that's confidence on camera and collaborate over compete.
Okay, hang on. How about we do Perf Choc?
Yep.
C.
Perf Choc C, capital COC.
Yeah. So Perf Choc COC. Hashtag Perf Choc COC. So we need some screenshots. We want, I don't care on what platform it is, we'll find you. So if you're going to be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you've got to tag Lottie and I. So you must tag at Chocolate Johnny. Lottie, I don't know what your handle is. I'm at Press Play Prez, and you'll find me Lottie Hearn play, because I help people press the play button and learn how to play again as adults. So you need to screenshot either Lottie or myself. You're going to say something like, you enjoyed it, blah, 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 great meeting, etc. You write something nice and lovely, because if you're not going to write anything nice, you're not going to get it. Okay, your hashtag is, we're going to repeat this again, your hashtag is PerfChoc, PerfChoc, okay? You need to write that down if you guys are watching. You need to put it on Twitter.
I've just put it. I'm just typing madly over here as well.
Okay, no, you go for it. So wherever you can put it on Facebook, but then we need you to. Most people are on Twitter, aren't they, Lottie, or Instagram?
The sound's just going here, John. So quickly, I need to get a smile. I need to get a smile from both of us. But I've just lost the sound.
You can't hear me.
It's absolutely typical.
Can you hear me,
John? Can you say something?
Yeah, hello.
I tell you what, very quickly, because I do want you to do a special shout out for the speakers of Singapore. Could you just jump out of the room and jump back in again, John? And I'll see if we can get the sound back again.
Let's jump
no, you've unfrozen. You're back.
Okay.
Aha! Don't need to go anywhere. But let me just go to Facebook. And what I'm going to do is give us a big smile, and then I can do a screenshot myself from Facebook. Oh, no, hold on. We'll have to do that one again. There we go. I know why. It's the delay. So, John, the other thing, there's your big face. Yay. I love the smile. Okay, now I can do the screenshot. So the kinds of things that we want, folks, is to grab a screenshot from, I tell you what, grab a screenshot from your favorite video that you have seen Johnny do and send that out with the hashtag PerfChocs, PerfChoc, collaborate over compete. Right, I've got my screenshot saved. It's not as good as I want it to be, but even if you take a screenshot from our show and send it out to everybody, that would be wonderful. So now then the last thing, John, before you go is, as a speaker, you speak all over the world, but you were saying to me that Singapore's on and Asia's on your hit list next.
Oh my gosh, I would love to speak in Asia. I love it. I built a small, it was going to be a massive business, but I was a consultant in a small Chinese chocolate business anyway, it's a long story, but I fell in love with Asia. Oh my gosh, Hong Kong, China. I'd love to go to Thailand because there's so many entrepreneurs in Thailand, in Singapore. I shipped to Singapore just recently with someone. She started a little chocolate business there. Malaysia, I just love it. The people there are just amazing and so warm and friendly, and they're like Europeans. I'm Greek. I've got a Greek background, and they're very family oriented. They love good food. They love to eat. They love to party. Love to have a great time, and they work hard. But they're also working smarter now, which is fantastic. Which means that they're entrepreneuring and just going for it, which I love.
That's the fascinating thing about being invited to go over and speak at the Asian Professional Speakers Singapore convention in the middle of May. This next little bit, we're going to give them a bit of a shout out and a 10-second top tip for them. And I'm going to trawl through this, and because I've actually been writing down as you've been chatting the time codes of so many golden nuggets, so many little perfection chocolate gems that you've been saying, John. But I'll also edit this little bit at the end for them. And hopefully, with your permission, we can share the whole show afterwards. I can obviously give you, here's Chocolate Johnny's top tips, and here's the quotes, and put you on the one to watch. Who's hot? Because that's what they want to know, who to watch. And I loved it, the whole thing about the blue tack on the numbers, because when people start out, they think it's all about the numbers and the viewers, and it's not. It's all about this relationship and sharing the love and everything that you've said today, being responsible for community, showing Lottie, behind the scenes, being strategic, remembering your replay viewers. See, that's just 4 of the gems I've written down there, folks.
It's about Lottie. It's about Melanie and Eileen writing a comment.
Yes, absolutely.
It's about people really need, like you said before, people really need to enhance and engage and nurture those people.
Yeah, and while you're saying that, I'm looking over here because I'm just remembering live that I can go back to the Facebook page and I can go and love and like the comments as well. So this is all part and parcel when you are doing it on your own and you're being your own production team as well as the interviewer as well. That's the other reason, folks. Every now and again, I put Johnny up on his own on screen so that I can go off and go tap, over here if you hear any noises like that. But yes, so. The shout out, because I lived in Hong Kong. That's where I got into kids TV presenting back in the 90s, over there for a while. And hopefully I've got to find a time to chat with Kate Marie O'Brien, who's another Australian. She and her partner, she does massive live streams from her living room, which is basically the beach in Bali. And I go... So hopefully it's all Aussie mates around the world and Shelley, my swimmer, 7-time world champion marathon swimmer from Australia, from Perth. She's got a ferry named after her in Perth. I love it. We're waiting to connect so she can do her lives, which she does with her swimmers to empower them and coach them on the water. So there's all sorts of fun things you can do with live stream. But John, let me just come in here and do I want a big wave and a big chocolate Johnny woohoo for Speakers of Singapore, and then your chocolate golden nugget. Let me get you solo.
What are we doing? The golden nugget. What I got to think of what we do. Yeah, should I just say? What about? Yeah, go behind the scenes. We'll do that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do behind the scenes.
Give it a big wave, because I want to have at the end big waves and smiles. Yay.
3, 2, 1. G'day, Singapore. It is Chocolate Johnny, and we are live in the chocolate shop. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank Lottie. I want to thank you all for being here. Please connect with me and come to Rose Bay so you can grab a big chocolate hug from me and you can eat as much chocolate as you like, because if you tell me you came from Singapore from this, you are going to be treated like gold. So I really want to appreciate you guys. Make sure you do get into live streaming. It is the best thing. It'll change your life. It'll change your business. It'll change your career. There's so much positivity and we need to keep pushing it. One of my top tips is do a Q&A, questions and answers, when you're in your business. And the other one that is my favorite is behind the scenes. I love interviewing my customers, my staff. I love people watching us do what we do, because I want you guys to feel like you are part of the chocolate family of Perfection Chocolates. And when you walk into the store and they've said, oh, I watched you with Lottie, then you're going to go, oh, I remember all this. And that's what we want to do. We want you to feel special. So you need to make your viewers feel even more special. Remember, it's not about you, it's about them.
There you go, Asian speakers.
And if you want me to speak anywhere in Asia, if you want me to speak, just you ring me.
But no, he's this side. Book this man. Remember, he can help you with the Periscopes and the Snapchats and the live streaming, the strategy, and he's your side of the world. So get him up to Asia. And if you're looking for, as you can tell, a slightly energetic Australian who can bring the enthusiasm to your convention, and the chocolates, come on, let's face it, and the chocolates, then this is the man you need to book for that gig. Get on to him. Johnny.
It's funny you should say that, because I was at a conference and it was a pretty packed house and I didn't think I had enough chocolates. And I stopped in the middle of my talk and I went, you guys are here for the chocolate. You're not here for my talk. I go, I dare you to put your hand up, those who came for the chocolate. And no one did except one.
That's not funny again, Johnny. What did you say? You guys are here for the chocolates, what?
I said, you guys are here for the chocolate. And one person, I said, come on, put your hands up. And then one person at the back, and I said, congratulations, you get chocolate. Anyway, I gave it to everyone, but it was just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Well, Johnny, maybe what we need to do is I need to connect you with Frederick Hearn, who is the person involved with the Professional Speaking Association in Singapore, and my old mentor from Sydney, Rob Salisbury, who owns Strategic Resources. He's a strategic business.
Rob Salisbury.
He set up the Asian Professional Speakers of Singapore originally back in the noughties, I think it was, quite a while ago now.
Lottie.
Maybe.
He's still
send them a box of chocolates and I can hand them out at the event.
Yeah, why not? Just tell me, Lottie. Don't worry. You just tell me where you want the chocolates. I'll send them. Don't worry.
It's always good to have friends in wonderful places, and even better to have a friend in a Perfection Chocolates and shop.
Lottie.
Johnny, it's been so much fun. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And it must be past wine o'clock or almost bedtime for you. So I'll say a virtual cheers.
Cheers.
I'll get my orange nightlight candle out for you and say cheers. Hold the light for you. For Chocolate Johnny. And any last thing before goodbyes?
I just want to really, really sincerely thank you for reaching out and getting me on. You had a great time. I really appreciate all you've done for me. And to everyone who's watching, I just want to thank you guys for sitting here and listening to us. And if we've helped you in any way, that's awesome. Make sure you go out and help someone else. If you're not in that mood where you don't want to do anything, then think about someone else. That might get you up and out of it to go and do something. Go do something for someone, celebrate with them, have a great time, and take care of yourselves and be good to yourselves. Chocolate Johnny signing off. Woo! Thank you.
Love it. There should be no... So from me, Johnny, you stick around and I'll have a quick chat with you in the green room afterwards, because again, that's one of the reasons I like professional rather than once you step up your level as a pro speaker, Asian speakers, you might want to move up to the bit more pro tools rather than just your basic Facebook lives. But press the play button and get out there and have some fun. And you can get to chat to this man too. So that's it for the show today, everybody. And looking forward to seeing you same time. Here I am trying to do two things at once again. Same time, same place, live with Lottie next week. It may be a coaching session. I may have new guests. But also, bonus, Monday, 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. in East Coast of America. So that's quite late. 3 o'clock in the morning, I think, in Australia, in Sydney. We are going to have, if you're into chatbots, we have got the amazing RJ Redden, who is the chatbot expert. And I'm going to show you the face. I'm going to show you the face of Johnny here, because he was just going, then on hearing her name. She's all about chatbots, and she's going to be giving her expertise about what we need to do with bots next week. So do come say hi to her.
It works. It works. They are I use them. They are amazing.
I don't even do them yet, so that's part of the reason when she said yes to come on Ladies Go Live, I was just like, woohoo! Oh yeah, I'm happy now because I'm going to learn. I'll be there with a pen and paper. I know we've said goodbye, but let me tell you something. With chatbots, I've sold chocolates and I've sold my course with chatbots. It works. Yep. Brilliant.
So you got to use it.
Be there on Monday and come join me. Same time, same place, same rockin' live stream space. I will see you live with Lottie next week. Thank you, folks. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye.